Hey, you guys, it's your girl Mimi. So, energy vampires, let's talk about it. Not all energy vampires are people that just come looking for an argument, that try to dim your shine, or create problems where they don't exist. Sometimes the energy vampire in your life is that friend or family member that insists on sitting on the phone with you or venting to you about the exact same situation that they're doing nothing to change. I used to be the person that would sit on the phone for an hour every day or every other day with the same people saying the same thing. They never took my advice. They never took my constructive criticism. They never utilized any of the resources that I provided them. They just wanted me to sit on the phone and listen to them cry. And it wasn't even just that hour or hour and a half that I lost. I was so depleted of energy that even after I got off the phone or after I left their house or after they left my house, I didn't have the energy to be who I needed to be: a mom, a creator, a musician. Like the whole night just shot. It wasn't until I finally realized that I'm not obligated to do that. I'm not a therapist. Now, make no mistake, of course, you should be a good friend, but you also need to use discernment and you also need to be realistic. With that being said, set limits and set boundaries, because the best thing that I ever did for myself was start telling people, like, enough is enough. We've talked about this several times. You're not taking any of my advice. You're not taking any of my constructive criticism. You're not using any of the resources that I tried to provide to you. You want to be sad. You want to be mad. You want to be abused. You want to be unemployed. You want to not enroll for school. At this point, I tried to be a good friend. I tried to be a good colleague. I tried to be a good neighbor, whatever my position was to that person. But I cannot allow you to continue to drain my energy, and I cannot allow myself to keep spending countless hours engaging in this type of conversation. You guys, do you know how many times after I established that boundary, they stopped talking to me completely? There was no, you know what, you're right, Mimi. I'm sorry. I keep dumping on you. Go spend time with your kids. You know what, you're right, Mimi. I keep saying the exact same thing every day. Go make music. Go cook some dinner. You just got off work, girl. Go relax. No, they were furious. It was as if all the times that I was there for them, a listening ear, all the times that I overextended myself in the name of friendship, in the name of loyalty, it just didn't matter anymore. And that's when it finally hit me, like, sometimes people are really just on assignment to steal your energy, to drain your energy. Because what real friend would cut you off because you no longer want to be their free therapist? What person that genuinely cared about you is going to say, "How dare you for establishing boundaries and protecting your energy?" Only an energy vampire would react negatively to that because they can no longer feed off of your energy. I can't tell you how many times I had plans to go somewhere or do something until I went to certain people's house, until I answered a certain call. Now my energy is just completely shot. Now I'm missing out on VIP events, boat parties, dinner plans because I allow people to literally suck me dry. So now it took a long time, many years. However, that's okay because I'm here and I turned all of my tests into testimony. So sometimes being the bad guy is necessary, because do you want to continue to allow people to drain your energy and leave you feeling depleted and unable to do what you need to do for yourself, your family, your life, your dreams? Or do you want to put your foot down and let people know, like, enough is enough? If they're really for you, they'll acknowledge how you feel, they'll recognize what they're doing to you, and they'll move accordingly. However, if they're an energy vampire, there's going to be fake outrage and they're going to be offended and they're going to not believe that you no longer want to continue to waste your life listening to that complete, absolute nonsense that they spew. How many times a week do you want to talk about your boyfriend that keeps cheating on you, but you don't want to leave? How many times a week do you want me to listen to you complain about how much you hate your job, but every time I send you job applications, you don't fill them out? How many times a week do you want me to listen to you talk about how much you want to go back to school, but when I send you information on how to re enroll, you never even start the process? You don't really want those things. What you want is somebody to listen to you dump on them. And there are therapists that would do that for you for free or a discounted rate. So let's talk about it. What was it like when you first realized somebody in your life was an energy vampire? What did you do? What did you say? Were you like me and allowed it to go on for so long before you completely just said, I've had enough? Or were you strong enough to nip that in the bud sooner rather than later? How did they react? Were they positive about it? Did they get angry? Are you still friends to this day, or did they cut you off like all the energy vampires cut me off? Leave your comments below. I'd love to hear about it.